Hello, this is Idodmg and welcome back to the channel. In this Valheim video, I want to talk to you about my first impressions after day one. I played for about 6 hours, streamed it for a few hours here on the YouTube channel as well. Thanks to everybody that showed up for that and checked out the game with me. Valheim came out, I think, about a week ago now, and I passed up the game honestly because Neo 2 was coming out, and I had already pre-ordered Neo 2, and I was looking forward to it. I feel like I really kind of messed up with this. Valheim is something that when I saw it at first glance back when it came out, I think on the 5th, it just really stood out to me. And I just didn't know about it at the time because the graphics didn't look like they were fully there. And I know graphics aren't everything. But after playing Neo 2 for about a week or so, I just realized that Valheim is just blowing up in popularity. And so I wanted to jump in, pick it up, and see what the hype is all about. I went ahead, I picked up the game. I also purchased a DMGCREW server. If you want to come play and be a part of our DMGCREW world here on Valheim, make sure you join our Discord. We have the information there. So I have about 6, maybe 7 hours now played in Valheim. And I'm still really trying to figure out what it is that I like about the game. I'm not huge into survival games, to be upfront with you. I come from an action RPG background, Torchlight, Last Epoch, Diablo, those types of games. So for me to be this much into a survival game and to be making a video about it, there's obviously something here that I do enjoy. I'm not quite sure what it is yet. I don't know if it's just the aesthetics and the art style of the game. Perhaps it's the dungeons and the PvE aspect that the game has to offer as well. I've played other survival games in the past, such as Rust or Ark, that one dinosaur survival game, and they just really didn't jive with me that well, and I don't know why. It's not that I don't like them. I've just never really gotten super hooked on a survival game like I have with Valheim. Again, it's still really early on to do a detailed review here, but I just want to share my thoughts and some of the things I like and don't like with Valheim. First and foremost, Valheim is definitely a survival game. You're going to be chopping down trees and building up forts and houses, trying to find shelter, staving off your hunger, many different things in between, but I feel like it's a little bit lighter on the survival aspect than other games that I've played in the past. One thing I really absolutely love about Valheim, and it really drew me into the game in the first place, is the combat and the exploration. The monsters in the world really just kind of made me want to pick up the game, honestly. Before I even bought the game, I was like, man, I really just wish it didn't have that survival aspect and that I could just go around fighting these monsters. But once I picked up the game and started to understand how it all works, it just started to make more sense to me and really kind of click. And I've always wanted to really spend more time and just become better at survival games. And I feel like Valheim is a good game for that. I feel like this is a good game to get a better understanding of the survival genre, with having the progression and exploration and monsters and combat that I like in my action RPG games. So far in the game, I've encountered maybe 5 different types of monsters. I know that there's 5 big bosses in the game as well that you can summon and fight repeatedly and farm them. But what really, I think, motivates me to keep playing is to try to find better armor, find that next monster, explore those deep, dark dungeons, find buried treasure. But what's kind of funny about all that is I say that, and, you know, as I said, the combat's the driving force for me to even get the game in the first place. The majority of my time I've spent cutting down trees, picking up stones, killing deer and boar so that I can build up my very first homestead, my very first base, and getting a bed out, and then understanding all the cooking mechanics. And I've really spent more time with the survival aspect of the game as opposed to fully exploring the map and finding all the different dungeons. Which brings me to another point. The world on this game appears to be massive. From what I can tell, this thing's going to take quite some time to fully explore. Anyway, I wanted to keep this video short and sweet and just share some thoughts. I think with the price tag of $19.99, you should definitely pick up Valheim. If you like survival games, it's definitely a no-brainer. If you're a little bit hesitant like me on going in and jumping into that survival type of game, I think you'll be all right as long as you are aware that there is crafting and you will have to grind to get materials to really progress and be able to craft what you want within the game. There's also the hunger mechanic that I mentioned before, which at the beginning I found to be a little bit annoying just because I didn't understand it. But once you get the grasp of how it works, that you can have 3 different types of food that you're digesting, and they have to be 3 different types of food. So, for example, you can't have 3 cooked meats. You have to have a meat, a berry, and then a different type of meat, or a sausage, or, you got to have different types of food that you're digesting, and that's how you increase your health. But if you're just out farming around your base and whatnot, you don't need to worry about your hunger. All the hunger really helps out is your max life. So unless you're planning to go out on a grand expedition or explore a dungeon or fight a boss or something, you don't really need to worry so much about that food. And the starter food that you get is really, there's a whole bunch of it that you really don't need to worry that much, like I said, unless you're going out. Other than the hunger meter, you also have your rested bar, which increases your regeneration of your health and stamina. This is really important as well, even if you're farming, but I mean, you don't have to have it. It just will be a little bit slower. But if you're around your home base, you can keep it up. You can keep your rested buff up. You can also get your rested buff while you're out and about. Just simply place a fire and sit down for a few seconds. So really, I feel like those survival aspects when it comes to the hunger, stamina, and hydration, which there's no hydration in this game, I feel like it's very light on that aspect, which I definitely like and is really great for a survival newbie like myself. Anyway, check it out. See if the game seems like something you would like to get. The art style and the aesthetics of the world, there's just something magical here in this game. And I'm really excited to go in and just keep exploring. Anyway, I hope someone out there found this video of value if you're considering picking up the game. These are my first impressions. We'll hopefully check back after I have way more time spent in the game. Look out for more videos and live streams to come. If you watched the video this far, thank you so much for your time and support. It absolutely means the world to me. As an added bonus, if you come to our live stream either on February 12th or 13th, that's Friday, Saturday after posting this video, if you come in there and you type into the chat DMGCREW 100, I will give you 100 free loyalty points towards our new loyalty system. If you like this video and all the content on the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, or ring that bell notification to get notified when I post new weekly videos. Also, make sure you check out our upcoming live stream playlist and set the reminder for all the videos there. This playlist will be updated weekly, so you know when our next live stream will be. Hopefully, I'll get to see you there. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.